So I recently bought this Kona Cinder Cone second hand with Hayes Sole hydraulic brakes, but they were completely shot. And I decided to have a go at bleeding them myself and getting them working, which I did. So I thought I'd make this quick video just to show you how I did it. I'll start by showing you what I used. I used 2 of these syringes. I used a length of hose from lying about from a fish tank, and the needle for blowing up a football. I'll come back to that in a minute. So the Hayes Sole brakes, if you rotate your lever up to vertical, and then you can take the top off the reservoir just using these 2 little screws, unscrew that, pop off your reservoir top and put it to one side. And in this instance we're looking at the back brakes. So the second syringe is down here and would be at least half full of, in this instance, .4 brake fluid, hose attached to the rear bleed nipple on the back edge of the caliper here. So unscrew that a little bit and push the fluid through the caliper and through the system, making sure there's absolutely no air in that bottom syringe, and it'll push it up and out of the top of the reservoir. I would wrap a towel around your handlebars to stop getting oil everywhere. And then once you've got this coming cleanly through the top of this reservoir, you put the top back on, screw that back on, and then this little bung isn't screwed in, it isn't fixed in any way, it just pops out, this little black bung just here. So grab your other syringe. Now when I did it, I didn't have the plunger in, I just poured a little of the oil into the syringe with no plunger, and you just pop the needle into the hole, into the reservoir, and literally pump your handle, pump your lever, and it'll pump air out of here and replace its own oil. And then pop the bung back in, and hopefully you'll have sorted your brakes out. Took me a couple of goes just mucking about with it here and there, but it didn't take very long to get the back brakes working really well. Now the front brakes were a bit more difficult, so what I ended up having to do was take this this hydraulic hose off here, and then I had to take the needle off, but then using this syringe with oil in, popped the hose onto this, which took a little bit of doing, but it does go on. Pop it onto there, and then I was sucking with this syringe, trying to suck it through with this syringe, whilst pushing on this syringe that was attached to the bleed nipple down there. It really did take some doing, pushing down there and sucking up there, but eventually it did give way, and I was able to make the fluid move sweetly between the two. So then put all that back together, and again, when you've got this up right, you can take your little bung out, and you can gently just expel the last of the air with your lever whilst letting a little bit of oil feed in through that top hole. Close everything up, and hopefully your brakes will be sorted out. There's one final thing to note is on the end here you go, looking at this, which is a Allen key fitting. There you go, and you can adjust the caliper with that. Screw it all the way in, and you will find that the wheel locks. Unscrew it until it just lets go and is no longer binding, and that should be the perfect position of that pot. So yeah, have a go. Cheers.